It's Monday. It's Crash of the Titans time. We got a double, so let's get into it. Moon Knight, black, purple, and green user. I'm gonna go through his abilities real quick because his purple ability, it depends on how he wants to start the fight off with, or how he starts the fight, I should say. Alright, Fist of Khonshu, his black ability costs 9, deals damage to the enemy, and if it happens to down down us, well, Moon Knight will get true healed. But since it's a one-on-one fight, let's hope that it doesn't heal. Well, I mean, it's not gonna heal because it, again, if we're downed, yeah, that's probably a bad thing. Alright, Lunacy is its purple ability, which is a passive, and it does one of three things dependent upon the animation that you'll see in the fight. So if if it's the aspect of Khonshu, which it'll be Moon Knight as the avatar of Khonshu. He'll have on Khonshu's mask. Anytime that you match a black tile, you will create an attack tile on the board. Marc Spector, this will be just the Moon Knight costume itself, the default costume. Anytime you make a purple match, you'll deal extra damage. And then Mr. Knight would be Mark with the Mr. Knight suit. And if that's the case, anytime Mark makes a green match, he'll create strike tiles on the board. So we don't know what ability is gonna be until the start of the fight. And then Moon Silver Blades is his green ability, which costs 12, deals massive damage to a random target. Since this is a one-on-one fight, it's gonna deal massive damage to us. As far as affiliations goes, it's heroes, defenders, heroes for hire, enhance, and supernatural for all those that care. And I remember we said we're gonna do Gwenpool, the 271. We're gonna do her with the Thanos, but Gwenpool herself, again, her color set is similar to Moon Knight's. Again, the whole black, purple, and green scheme, though again not in the same order as Moon Knight's. Exploits is her purple ability, which costs 9, and depending upon the random buttons that we press in the fight, she will do different things, and I have to break out my my exploits code. It's somewhere up on my PC, so I'll look it up. I'll try and find it while I ramble on. I think I see it, maybe, possibly, because I don't wanna just throw out no random stuff, and then it's like, oh no, I didn't want to do that there, you know, because I always want to at least come somewhat prepared. Man, I got way too many files up on here. What I'll do is, before the fight starts, I'll find it, and you'll know that I found it post editing. Plot armor is her black ability, which costs 9, and it sends her allies airborne for at least one turn, and then she'll create some pretty beefy, strong, pretty beefy projectiles at higher levels, stronger projectiles. All right, Deus Ex Machina. It starts off as a passive, but it ends up costing 10. So at the start of the fight, she'll create a Deus Ex Machina tile, which is just gonna have a gun up on the board. If it's matched away or destroyed, it becomes Chekhov's gun. And what Chekhov's gun will do, it'll deal damage to random enemies on the enemy team. And saying again, this is 370, so it's enough to drop Moon Knight pretty effectively. Alright. As far as her affiliation go, Heroes, Avengers, X-Men, Multiversal for all those that care. And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try and find her exploits real quick. So through the power of editing, I have found my exploits code, and we'll get into the particulars of this fight here. What we need to do really against Moon Knight, we really need to deny his green, and then whatever his lunacy decides to take the form of, we have to be mindful of that there. So again, for you, it might be one form of lunacy. For me, it's going to be something totally different. But we need to master Chekhov's gun. We need to get enough green as possible so that we can effectively one-shot him with the green. And then if we need to really get rid of it ASAP, we always do have our exploits to fall back on. So let's get into the fight. See what his lunacy is. Alright, aspect of Khonshu, so anytime he matches black, there's going to be attack tiles on the board. Cool deal. Now I need to see how much Moon Silver does. 18. Alright, so not 18, 12,000. So it's strong enough to knock out a weaker Gwenpool. So those who don't have her championed or don't have her at a high enough level, yeah, that's probably gonna hurt. Alright. Break out plot armor. Because again, have the beefy projectiles. I know we don't have any allies that send airborne, I just want the beefy projectiles. As Wicked would say, witcha. Alright, there goes the aspect of Khonshu. Alright, got a couple more green matches to make. Hopefully. Alright, cool. Alright, so let's check Chekhov's gun. Again, just one shot from the Chekhov's gun probably down Moon Knight. Or maybe it was two shots. We'll go with 2 shots down in Moon Knight. But I knew it would take out Moon Knight easily. Alright, we have the 3-star version of Thanos. Thanos Modern. So let's take a look at him. in the roster. We know he's a 555. Now, my version of Thanos, well, I mean, there's two versions of Thanos, the modern version and then the classic version, and while they're functionally the same, they have somewhat different abilities. Okay, Court Death is his passive. It's not really relevant in a one-on-one fight. Now, if there were multiple enemies in the fight, if Thanos happened to down Gwenpool, then he would deal damage to not only the other enemies who are remaining in the fight, but his allies as well. Alright. Infinite Power is his purple ability, which costs 8. So it creates a 5-turn purple countdown tile, and while it's on the board, Thanos' match damage is increased by 260%. And then finally, Come and Get Me is his green ability, which is functionally the same in his 5-star counterpart. Creates a 3-turn green countdown tile. Makes Thanos go out in front or be the target of the attacks, aka out in front. And then when the countdown tile reaches 0, you deal team damage to the enemy team. Now again, the 5-star version is going to deal a little bit more damage because higher rarity. As far as affiliations go, villains, Eternals, non-humans, and Battle World for all those that care. Alright, so let's break out this version of Gwenpool. Put that there at 3. And let's talk about it. The main thing we want to do, we really don't want Thanos to gain any purple, especially with the 271 version of Gwenpool. So she doesn't have that much health to begin with anyways, and the extra match damage from Thanos is probably going to put us in a bind. We should be able to survive green with, I'm not gonna say with relative ease, but we will be able to survive green. It's just we're gonna be at a pretty messed up sense of health, unless we can happen to get our black projectiles out on the board. I'm just gonna get into the fight and let my matches do the talking, and hopefully get a victory. Yeah, I wanted to use exploits to end the fight, just cause. As always, thanks Alliance for playing as per usual. As far as pairing up people with Gwenpool, honestly, she can be a one-woman army, so to speak, but you probably want folks to tank colors for her, because again, her small health pool, because she's an actual person. I mean, actual in a sense that she's, a real person in trapped in the world of comic books. That's what I mean. Speaking of versions of Gwen, well, again, she's totally not related to Spider Gwen, Ghost Spider uh, Gwen Stacy, but that's gonna be our next crash. Ghost Spider Gwen. So that should be relatively fun. With a stun, so that'll be relatively easy, at least for me. I cannot speak for anybody else. Um, there's really nothing else I really want to talk about. So thank you all for watching. Hopefully this double crash here helped you out and gave you some sort of strategy on how to defeat both Thanos and Moon Knight. If you got any questions or comments, hey, leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to read them. Be excellent to your fellow human beings, and like I said, I'll catch you all hopefully next Monday with another crash. Uh, or it might be next Sunday, because I know we have a new character coming in, and it might be Madam Web. That's what the um the subreddit has decreed. So we'll find out on Thursday. Until then, peace.